Chapter 1: The Modern Human Problem. The human body is incredibly intelligent. It can survive harsh environments, recover from injury, adapt to stress, build strength from struggle. For thousands of years, humans evolved in motion, walking across land for hours, climbing hills, carrying tools, hunting for food, building shelter. Movement wasn't optional. It was part of everyday survival. The body evolved around this rhythm: move, recover, move again. But modern life changed that rhythm completely. Today, most people wake up exhausted, sit for most of the day, barely move, sleep poorly, and somehow still feel constantly drained. And the strange thing is, this lifestyle has become normal. Low energy became normal. Back pain became normal. Poor posture became normal. Mental exhaustion became normal. But normal does not mean healthy, because the human body was never designed for this environment. Chapter 2: The Body Always Adapts. One of the most powerful abilities of the human body is adaptation. The body constantly changes based on what you repeatedly do. If you lift weights consistently, your muscles grow stronger. If you practice running, your endurance improves. If you stretch regularly, your mobility increases. But adaptation is neutral. The body doesn't know whether a habit is good or bad. It simply responds to repetition. And this is where modern life becomes dangerous. Because if you sit for most of the day, your body adapts to sitting. Your hips become tighter. Your glutes become weaker. Your posture begins collapsing forward. Even your breathing changes. Instead of deep, controlled breath, stress and inactivity push the body towards shallow breathing patterns. And slowly, movement begins feeling harder. Not because the body is weak by nature, but because it adapted to a lifestyle with less movement. Chapter 3: Why People Feel Tired Despite Moving Less. This is one of the biggest contradictions of modern life. Humans move less than ever before, yet many people feel exhausted all the time. Years ago, physical effort was unavoidable. People walked more, worked physically, spent more time outdoors. Their bodies used energy constantly, but they also had balance, natural sunlight, regular movement, consistent sleep rhythms. Modern life removed much of the physical movement, but replaced it with non-stop mental stimulation, notifications, emails, traffic, artificial lighting, screens, stress. The human nervous system now stays activated almost all day long. Even when the body is physically resting, the brain often isn't. And over time, that creates chronic fatigue. Not the healthy fatigue that follows effort, but the exhausting mental heaviness that recovery never fully fixes. Chapter 4: The Death of Natural Movement. Modern humans still exercise, but many no longer move naturally. There's a difference. Exercise is scheduled. Movement used to be constant. Humans were designed to walk frequently, squat naturally, carry objects, climb, rotate, reach, balance. Now most movement happens in limited patterns: sit, stand, sit again. Even children move less than previous generations. Entertainment became digital. Work became stationary. Convenience removed physical effort from everyday life. Escalators replaced stairs, cars replaced walking, delivery replaced carrying, and the body slowly lost its natural athleticism. Not elite athleticism, human athleticism. The ability to move freely without pain. Chapter 5: How Modern Life Reshapes the Body. The body reflects the environment it spends time in, and modern environments reshape the body in subtle ways. Rounded shoulders from screens, tight hips from prolonged sitting, weak feet from lack of natural movement, stiff spines from inactivity. Even eyesight, posture, and balance are affected. And because these changes happen gradually, most people don't notice them immediately. Until one day, movement feels stiff, energy feels lower, recovery feels slower, pain becomes constant, and many assume it's simply aging. But often, it's an adaptation. The body adapts to years of inactivity, stress, and limited movement. Chapter 6: The Biggest Fitness Misunderstanding. Modern culture treats exercise like a temporary fix. One intense workout to compensate for an entire day of unhealthy living. But the body responds more to daily patterns than isolated effort. You cannot fully outtrain poor sleep, chronic stress, constant sitting, lack of sunlight, physical inactivity. Health is not built in 1 hour, it's built across the entire lifestyle. The modern world made life easier, but the human body was built for challenge, built for movement, built for rhythm, built for effort and recovery, and when those things disappear, the body slowly begins to suffer, not immediately, but gradually, quietly, until exhaustion, stiffness, and pain start feeling normal. Chapter 7: How Convenience Changed Human Behavior. Modern life has become incredibly efficient. You can order food without leaving your chair, work without moving your body, communicate without seeing another person face to face. Almost every inconvenience that once required movement has been removed, and at first, this sounds like progress, but the human body was built around effort. For most of human history, movement happened automatically. People walked to survive, carried things daily, climbed, lifted, balanced, reached, squatted. The body constantly interacted with the environment. Now movement has become optional, and when movement becomes optional, most people slowly stop doing doing it, not intentionally, gradually. One less walk, one more hour sitting, one more shortcut, until eventually the body begins living in conditions it never evolved for. Chapter 8. The body starts removing what you don't use. The human body is always adapting for efficiency. If something is used often, the body strengthens it. If something is rarely used, the body slowly removes capacity from it. That's why inactivity changes the body so dramatically. Muscles weaken when they aren't challenged. Mobility disappears when joints stop moving fully. Bone density decreases without resistance. Cardiovascular endurance drops when the heart is rarely stressed. Even balance and coordination decline. And this process happens faster than most people realize. The body constantly asks one question: what abilities are necessary for survival? If daily life only requires sitting, typing, and small movements, the body adapts to that level of demand, which means modern humans often become physically capable of less despite having access to more comfort than ever before. Chapter 9. The problem with modern fitness culture. Many people recognize that inactivity is unhealthy, so they try to compensate with intense workouts, 1 hour of exercise after an entire day of sitting still. But health does not work like a switch. You cannot completely reverse chronic inactivity with occasional intensity, because the body responds most strongly to repeated daily patterns. And this is where modern fitness culture often becomes misleading. It promotes extreme transformations, punishment-based exercise, exhaustion as success. But the body does not necessarily become healthier from constant punishment. Real health comes from sustainable movement, daily movement, consistent movement. The body doesn't just need workouts, it needs circulation, posture changes, joint movement, recovery, rhythm. The healthiest bodies are not always the most exhausted ones, they are usually the most balanced. Chapter 10. Why walking is more powerful than people think. Walking is one of the most natural movements humans have, yet modern life dramatically reduced it, and that matters more than people realize. Walking improves circulation, posture, recovery, cardiovascular health, mental clarity. It also regulates stress levels, because movement signals safety to the nervous system. For thousands of years, humans walked daily as part of life. Now many people barely walk at all outside of necessity, and the consequences slowly accumulate. Stiff hips, weak feet, poor endurance, low energy. Sometimes the body doesn't need more extreme workouts, sometimes it simply needs more natural movement again. Chapter 11. The body still follows ancient rules. Technology evolved rapidly, but the human body did not. Your biology still operates on ancient systems. Your brain still responds to sunlight. Your hormones still depend on sleep rhythms. Your muscles still expect movement. The body still interprets stress the same way it did thousands of years ago, but modern stress never fully ends. The nervous system stays stimulated from morning to night. Artificial lighting delays sleep. Screens overload attention. Stress hormones remain elevated, and eventually the body begins showing signs of imbalance. Fatigue, brain fog, poor recovery, low motivation, chronic stiffness, not because the body is failing, but because the environment changed faster than human biology could adapt. Chapter 12. How to rebuild a human body again. The solution is not becoming obsessed with fitness, it's rebuilding the basic things modern life removed. Move more frequently, walk daily, strengthen the body gradually, sleep consistently, spend time outdoors, reduce constant stimulation, give the nervous system moments of quiet again, and stop treating health like a temporary project. The body changes through repeated behavior. Small actions repeated daily reshape the body far more powerfully than extreme effort done occasionally, because the body is always adapting. The question is, what are you teaching it to adapt to? The human body was built for movement, built for sunlight, challenge, recovery, rhythm, but modern life disconnected people from nearly all of it. And maybe that's why so many people feel tired, stiff, and disconnected from their own bodies today, because deep down, the body is still expecting the life it evolved for. Modern life made movement optional, but the human body still depends on it to feel alive.